I would like to share this part because it's like very important for me. I didn't want it to work for any porn production because I hated my body naked. I hated myself for so long.
Okay.
I hated my body, like I hated my titties, my legs, like everything was like, I don't want to show this to the world. Like I don't feel confident, I don't feel comfortable doing that. I look at him and I start crying and I say like, my life is gonna change forever from here.
Sweet talk, they praise my flame. They want my body, no matter the cost.
Hello everyone, my name is Eve Sweet and I welcome you to Sweet Talk. I'm gonna introduce myself maybe in this way to everyone and talk about my darkest and most intimate side. And I'll be very glad to share that with all of you, including you.
Thank you for having me. I'm gonna be here right with Eve so we can discuss her life and her emotion and her feeling, and I'm just going to try and have more information for you guys.
I do trust you and I wanted you to be here and I want like to share this with you too. Like in a way, like I trust you and I feel like comfy talking about all this stuff. So
well, I'm your friend, so you like have faith in me and keep sending me information. I love this. Just so you know, we had this idea about this podcast last shooting.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe so.
Yeah.
She started sharing stuff with me and I say, okay, maybe let's share this with everybody else.
Yes. I just want to clarify this and let everyone know that I don't do this to take revenge. And I want to make things very clear. I don't hate this person that I'm gonna talk about that's gonna be like quite important character. I do not want you guys to think that I want to put bad things on him or like to criticize him. It's everything is from my own experience, my own feelings, and there's still respect for this person. There's still love because he accompanied me in a very long period of my life and very intense and very deep. And it's just like I don't do this to criticize this person or to put bad on him. I do this to share my own experience and to talk about with the world. And if I can teach somebody something or I just share, then it's welcome, right?
That's super cool. Let's start. Okay, let's start by the beginning, maybe.
Let's start by the beginning.
How it happened and how did you guys meet and maybe fall in love?
So I did fall in love, fucking hell. So everything started right after the COVID. I quit my job. I was a stewardess in Spain. And I quit my job and I was doing pictures in Barcelona. It worked quite good and some photographers, they start writing me to make some pictures, and a friend of mine recommended me a casting for a production, which the photographer was him.
Okay.
And I was supposed to fly to Paris in 18 March 2020 and the border just closed there. So in that day, I was a free bird. I was flirting with quite a lot of people, I guess. I was having a very good time in Barcelona, in a new city. I was meeting a lot of people and like I was new in the city, so I was like quite open to everything. And so there's this photographer who proposed me a casting for porn.
Okay, so you met him in the street or it was just a business meeting?
It was just like a phone call. Not even a call. He sent me a message.
Okay.
Yeah, like, hey, would you like to work for this production? And I'm like, what is the production? What is that? How does this work? And after he sent me the price, and I was like, what? Do you guys earn this amount of money on that?
So this person that you never met before starts sending you texts to try to hire you for a production, and it turns out it was a porn production.
Yeah, and he started asking me like for nude pictures, and I'm like, I'm not gonna send you nude pictures. Who do you think you are? I'm not gonna do that. You know? Yeah, like that for me was like, no. And at that time I was just starting with my OnlyFans. So I was like, you should subscribe to my OnlyFans to see the picture. And he was like, do you want to win the money or not? I was like, maybe.
Well, you're by yourself. You start to have your own company working with other platforms, and you need to make some cash. So obviously that was a hard point and difficult to ignore.
Yeah, exactly. So after that, I start the quarantine. Everyone is locked in their places, and I still have this guy that he was like just there around, you know. And sometimes, like, he was just seeing my pictures on Instagram, and sometimes he was making like some comments, and I was like, oh, I like this guy, he's nice. And I was just like, I don't even know if I'm really gonna work with him because I didn't know anything about this industry.
Okay.
And it was never like something in my head, or I never really planned that.
So it was the first time someone ever proposed you some type of work like this.
Yeah. Yeah, but even in that time when, like, I'm very glad the quarantine happened like this, because I never really knew something that was on the, like, I knew zero about the industry.
Okay.
So I knew nothing. Like, literally nothing.
So what was your ideas? What were your stereotype about this industry? Did you think it was a bad one? You had no idea. Like,
It was really literally something I never really cared about.
Were you scared? I would be.
Fucking hell, you kidding me?
Okay.
No, like, so, like, after that, after one point, like, we start talking a little bit more, but we were talking until 4 o'clock in the morning, you know?
Okay,
we
so
were
he was
talking like
reassuring
every
you.
day,
Okay.
yeah. And after a while, he was just like trying to get me to work for this production. And he starts saying, like, so I start asking more questions, like, okay, so how is that? Like, he said me, like, okay, there's like 2 days of work. I'm like, 2 days of work? That's a lot of work. But he's like, yeah, but it's good money. I was like, okay, for how long you're gonna keep the pictures? And he's like, for 10 years. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna do that. I don't wanna do that. And he like, all the time he was coming back to the money point, you know?
Because he understood that was something, obviously, like, for everybody, that's a key point. That's something very important for everybody.
Yeah, and at that point of my life, it was quite important because, like, I quit my job. So let's remember, I wasn't really having a lot of money. And my rent, it was quite expensive. Even right now, I can say, like, it's nothing. Okay, it was 500 euros, but at that point I was really like earning my life with the pictures, but not a lot, you know. I was like,
when you need money, everything
going
is
around,
expensive. Yeah.
So, like, after a while, we start talking more and more, and like every day it was like a full conversation. He pushed me a little bit, like, to make videos because, so. I was having my OnlyFans, but I was like always very, very shy to take pictures and to make videos. I was having a friend of mine who was a photographer who was helping me to edit videos. And I was like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to take sexy pictures of myself. I don't know how to, like, I know how to fuck.
Can I ask you what happened when you quit your job and you decide to start your own platform? Like, what was the decision maker? What was the decision process? You just like, hey, okay, I'm fed up with my job. Let's create content. What happened?
So basically, I was working in this company for 3 years already. Mm-hmm. And at one point of that, I lay down on my bed and I say, fucking hell, I'm so tired. I work every day my ass. And basically, I just like, I don't have money. At the end of the month, I don't have money to go out with my friends. I don't have money to buy myself some clothes. I don't have money for anything. Okay, I cannot make a trip. I cannot do anything. So there's a guy who's flirting with me. He's a photographer. And he's like, you want to make some pictures? And I'm like, no, why should I do that? And he's like, are you sure you don't want to? So he insists like for 2 months. And like, I'm hard to convince, but after I'm like, okay, let's do that. Okay, that's fine. So I did these pictures and I like the pictures and I post them on social media. And photographers start to offer themselves to make pictures and to pay me. So I say, I can get what I am getting.
Okay, so it get naturally. Like it was an opportunity and then it just grew into something that makes sense for the situation you were in at that moment. Okay, okay, very, very, very interesting. It's like the way things start is always super interesting. So let's go back to the person that we want to talk about today.
Yeah.
You're in Barcelona. Everything is closed down, the borders and everything.
I was in
and
the
you guys...
Basque country.
Okay.
I was in the Basque country. I was not even in Barcelona, you know.
Okay.
So I came back after a while, after talking every day with him. Like, I was really like, wow, I really love this guy. He was talking to me about a lot of fantasies. He was talking to me like a lot of very intimate things. He was like, I'm gonna do that
he made you dream a little bit.
Wow, fucking hell. He was like, I'm gonna put you blindfold, I'm gonna fuck you like that. I was like, oh my God, I'm so fucking wet. He was like, every day he would talk to me about something. He was like, send me a video. And I'm like a very shy person. I was like, no. And he was like, yeah, send me a video. I want to see you naked. I was like, look at you. So in a way, it's really like all this that was happening, it made me understand how to make videos for my fans.
Okay.
I didn't know how to do that. And the fact that he was saying me, send me another one, I know you can be more wet. I was like, okay.
So that was a very dirty type of relationship through text and videos.
At that point, he was having a relationship. And me, I didn't wanted anything.
And he was in France, right?
He was in France,
and you were in Spain at that time, and you just exchanged videos and text.
And he was a photographer I may work with, and basically I didn't even wanted that job or that money. I just wanted to fuck this guy. I was like, oh my God, like I'm so wet since 3 months.
Do you still have those texts or not at all?
If I still
Do you still have them on your phone? Do you have the text really?
The other day I saw a video of him, like when he was masturbating and he sent me that. I was like, wow, so old times. I don't know how to look at that now.
It's memories now.
Yeah.
It's something like it was the beginning on very good relationship at that point. So So let's move on when you go to France or...
So I go back to Barcelona. We start talking less and less because obviously it's like at the beginning it's like, wow, I love it and blah, blah. And like, I knew he was having a girlfriend, so I didn't want it like, hey, I'm just here to play and thank you for playing with me, but that's fine. It's not like, thank you for playing with me. I mean, we were playing, both of us.
You are a player. You told me that.
So I was like, okay, you made me horny. I came so many times thinking of you. Like, I got enough. Maybe if we fuck one day, if I'm going to accept the job, it's okay. If not, that's fine too. So his mom is living very close to Barcelona.
Okay.
And one day, I was having sex with him in Barcelona. I was like, I go back to my life now. I'm just like, keep going. And I forget about this opportunity of the production and everything. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Well, whatever. Life will go on and we will see. And he writes me and she say, hey, how are you? Did you came back to Barcelona? But on the way to Barcelona, he knew I was there and he made me make for him some videos on the train.
Okay.
And like, so we were still like keep talking, but sometimes it was making me very uncomfortable to like, all this, I don't know, like when he was asking me for some videos, I was like, leave me alone.
But is a photographer, were you not scared that he's going to use the videos and post them?
Because he was masturbating with all those videos. He was using them for his own pleasure. And I was also having videos of him. I could have put him in more danger than he could have put me. Because nobody knew me, so I was like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I see your point,
Yeah, well, I just wanted to play. I was just like a horny bitch at that time.
And you're not anymore.
And so he texts me and he says, I'm gonna visit my mom at your place. And I say, yeah, why not? Would you like to pass by? And obviously he passed by. We had sex and it was terrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was the first time you actually see the guy for real. You guys just like get to bed right 10
minutes
after
after he came. 10 minutes after. I was like so fucking horny after talking with him so much. I was like, I need to get fucked.
That's because you build expectation in your head.
Exactly. Like he created so many fantasies on my head.
The reality check was terrible.
It was horrible. Horrible.
Okay. So
really horrible.
How did you react after that?
I was like, well, nice. you'll never see me again. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I was like, well, I don't want to see this dude again. And actually, he liked it.
Okay.
And he wanted to see me again. And like, I never really like tried to give another chance to a man after fucking me very bad. It's like, I already saw it. I don't want to get another bad fuck. And he invites me to Paris, and I never been to Paris. So I'm like,
Let's go.
buy me the tickets.
It was an opportunity to go to another city, so you accepted his proposition. I see.
And I get to his place, and he fucked me like crazy.
Okay, so that was Spain the issue, not the guy.
Yeah, and he fucked me so badly. Like, I remember I stayed at his place like 4 days.
There's a possibility that he didn't like it so much the first time either, and he realized and he wanted to
Well,
change that.
I really thought like, in fact, I was living with the girl that she said, I would love to listen to your podcast. She's a very good friend of mine.
Okay.
So we were living together at that point, and she's even more stronger than me. She was like, "What's the car? What's the car? Did you saw the car?" I'm like, "No, I think he came in his mom's car. He has a moto." That's not good. And after she was like, "Did he invite you to a restaurant?" "Yeah, we had lunch. We had dinner in a very nice Italian one." "Okay. And what else did he told you?" I was like, "Well, Chrissy, you're very intense right now." So
She's a Gestapo agent. She wants to know everything.
Yes. And after that, she was like, "So how was sex?" And I was like, "Very bad." "Would you like to repeat?" "I don't know, Chrissy. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Like, he was really bad." And so she was the one
But
who
was
told
he
me.
nice? Like, his personality? Was he
What?
nice? No, okay, you don't give a shit.
What
You
is
see that-
personality?
It's just that you met him for the very first time. So yes, he's bad in bed, but maybe he's nice and fun.
Actually, his personality, I knew his personality because we were talking before.
Okay,
but
I
he
see.
was like very shy in person. Like the very first day, we didn't really connect that
Okay,
much.
the stress, yeah.
And he was like not really talking that much. I was like, I remember I say him walking on Barcelona, "You want to use my AirPods and we can share the music because I'm very bored."
Okay, I really want to understand what happened.
You know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Like, I was like, okay, let's go. Let's meet Paris and let's see what this guy can give me a second time.
Okay, so
can he fuck me good or not?
So he invite you to Paris for
He
like
invited
few
me
days?
to Paris for 4 days.
Okay.
I've been fucking like 6 times per day.
Did he put you in a hotel?
No, we came to his place.
Okay, that was a little bit dangerous, huh?
Why?
4 days is a very long time if like the
Fucking
first
hell.
meeting was not good. It could have been a nightmare.
No, but you know what I said in that moment? If I don't like, I can always buy myself a fucking ticket and go
Okay,
back.
I see. Yeah, it's
And
true.
I always say that if
Yeah.
I meet a guy and I'm gonna have bad sex with him or something like that, it's like, look, we two are not connecting. And I'm very direct to say that. We are not connecting. I'm not good here. I wanna go home. I can buy myself a ticket and I can take a taxi, go to the airport and go back
Okay,
home.
perfect.
So it was like, okay, if I like it, I like it. If not, then I just go back.
Okay.
And so since I arrived by the door, he starts fucking me. And I'm like, whoa. Whoa. Didn't expect that.
Paris is good.
Yeah. And after he took me on a date, and basically this made me fall in love with him.
Okay, the 4 days in Paris.
Yeah.
Like a very true romantic
Exactly.
movie.
It was like
Shit.
he opened to me because he was very comfortable at his place. It was his place, so
Yeah,
come
for
on.
sure.
It was very romantic, and we spend a lot of intimate time. We talk a lot, we fuck a lot, we eat, and like it was like really like very intimate, you know. And that for me was like, I like it. And he was like, just before I left, he was like, I'm gonna break up with my girlfriend.
Oh yes, he was in a couple at that time. I forgot about this. Poor girl.
Wow, this girl, she cut her, like she wrote his name in her arm.
Okay.
And
so
she-
very strong relationship. Like,
No, they
little
just
bit
saw
intense, huh?
once each other. But this girl, she, oh my gosh, she followed me like for 4 years, and she was like writing shit of me on Instagram, like to all the people and everywhere. Like, wow, this girl was really crazy. Now I can say we broke up, okay? Stop it.
He's free again.
No, he's not.
So she keeps doing this now?
Until a few months ago.
So she creates some kind of obsession with
Yeah.
you? Okay.
Yeah.
You took her place.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Yeah.
She was a Russian girl. She wanted to be in Paris and everything. So
Okay.
yeah.
So he left his girlfriend for you? So you stay in Paris?
No, I went back to Barcelona. And after few weeks or something like that, he said me, okay, so now you're ready to work for the production. And
Okay. That was weird.
Yeah. So like he came back to Barcelona. He spent like there 10 days, and after we met again. So like from that moment, it was really like we were all the time together,
Okay.
all the time together, literally all the time together. You know what I mean?
Well, when
24
it's so
fucking
strong,
hours.
Yes, and you never left.
Yeah. And after that, I come back to Paris and we shoot for the production.
But did he put pressure on you to do the production, or it was just like, if you love me, you should do it, which actually is pressure?
No, it was not like that kind of pressure. He was like, okay, so you want to work for the production or not? Because like at this point I knew him and I was starting to feel more comfortable.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, I guess so.
So you were in love. It was like a very strong love, very intense.
Very strong connection.
Very strong connection. But the guy keeps talking about you going into that production and making some work. And maybe he's not pressuring you, or you don't see it that way at the time because you're
No.
blinded by love.
Yes.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so at some point you decide to say yes.
Yeah, like I there's one point where I didn't want it to work for the production, and like I would like to share this part because it's like very important for me. I didn't want it to work for any porn production because I hated my body naked.
Okay.
I hated myself. I couldn't feel myself like sexy, or I didn't knew how to do that. I didn't knew how to seduce a camera. I didn't knew what I have to do, or like even like on the pictures, it's like I was like so shy to show my body that I was like posing like this, you know.
So you were shy, but people would tell you the picture was good, so you would make you feel more
me comfortable, yeah.
But still, you didn't like yourself.
I hated myself for so long.
Okay.
I hated my body, like I hated my titties, my legs, like everything was like, I don't want to show this to the world. Like I don't feel confident, I don't feel comfortable doing that. And like, so they booked me for this production and I'm like, fucking hell, you know, like I'm gonna need, like I didn't decided to do masturbation because for me it was like, even I knew him and we already had sex so many times, but for me, like I knew he was gonna be in front of the camera, so I'm like behind the camera.
Yes, for sure.
And I'm gonna need to masturbate, and he's gonna see me having pleasure and in a different way. So for me, it was like, this is stressing me so much. How do you want me to have pleasure in front of the camera when it's like, I know you're there, I know you like me, I know, like, you know, it was like very weird.
It's not intimate, it's different. You have something in the middle.
Yeah.
And that scared you a lot.
Yeah. And so like I get ready for the production, and I remember I was having like the makeup and everything, and I look at him and I start crying, and I say like, my life is gonna change forever from here. My life is not gonna be anymore what it used to be. I cannot go back to my previous work. I cannot do anything else. Like, okay, doing some pictures with some photographers is like, you can always go back to your life. It's okay. But doing that on internet, I was like, my mom is gonna see me. Is gonna see my pussy on internet. Everybody's gonna see me. My coworkers, everyone. Like, I cannot. I do not know if I can do this. And first of all, it was that, and second, it was the fact that I didn't know how to be sexy. So I worked for the production, after.
Okay, so you know you're doing something that you don't want to do because obviously you're crying, you're not confident, you don't want to do it. Like everything that you're telling me is that you don't want to do it, and still you're gonna do it. Yes. Okay, let's talk about this in episode number 2.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, come back for episode number 2 on Sweet Talk. Let's learn more about Eve and her crazy stories. I mean, I can't wait. See you soon on Icon Stars.
See you. Thank you for having us.
I want to know what happened.
So inside, our battlefield cross. Sweet talk, they praise my flame. They want my body, no matter the cost.